Hello, Libra. It's Lori with the LampLighter. Hope you're doing well today. Getting ready to do a collective reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It'll be a love reading. So, take what resonates as usual and leave what doesn't. Not every reading will be your story. And, I'm picking up energies in the collective sign of Libra, and there are many timelines in that sign, and I may be picking up your timeline and maybe not. So these are just energies, and you can apply them to your life. And if it's your situation and it resonates, please consider subscribing and liking the video or sharing the video. And yeah, that's good. That's it. So Libra, what's going on with you? We're getting ready to head into September. This will be your September reading. I'm going to pull some oracle cards and then I'll do a 9-card spread. We'll see where we're at. So what am I thinking? What's going on astrologically? Oh boy, the 1st and 2nd. It's on the 2nd, but it really will kind of happen over both September 1st and 2nd. We're going to have a full harvest moon in the sign of Pisces. So that's a Neptunian full moon. So we're all going to be in our fields. So settle in for that one. Lots of things coming to light, lots of emotions bubbling to the surface that maybe you haven't felt in a while. So prepare yourself for that. And, in terms of, your sign, I think Libra really is affected in sort of focusing on self, focusing on your emotional self and healing and, sort of self-care. What are things you can do in your daily routine to provide a little bit more care and a little bit more healing? Rather it be just taking a walk or maybe changing your eating, cleaning up your eating, or taking a bubble bath. There's so many things you can do for self-care to help heal. So that should be your focus, Libra. And then what else? Oh, well, the main thing, on the 23rd of September, Sun goes into your sign. So happy birthday to all those late September, early Libra birthdays. That's the best way to describe it. Right? Okay, let's see what we got. Magic stream, strength, unexpected visitor. That's interesting. Okay. Alrighty. So the magic stream is just basically telling you that you need to go with the flow this month. You need to just go with the flow. It's going to be good for you. There's going to be lots of good things coming your way, and you shouldn't fight it, and you should just go with it. And getting in flow is always important. When you're in flow with the universe and your destiny, life is easier. And that's what they're saying. Once you get in flow, life will be easier. And there's also some, the strength card is here, and strength is always about taming our inner instincts, or things like, how do I explain strength? Holding back, getting in control of our emotions. We talked about the Pisces full moon and how our emotional things in our emotions can bubble up and kind of surprise us. So it looks like you're probably going to need some strength, because we're also seeing unexpected visitors. And that can be emotions. It can be people actually showing up, people from the past showing up at your door and wanting to talk. Or it actually can be unexpected emotions that crop up with this full moon, and that you'll need to have strength to sort of work through. But if you just stay in flow, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Flow is a great card. You don't need to worry. Okay? All right, so let's get some tarot out on the table and see what's going on. I always have to be cautious about banging my cards on the table. I like them to be really straight, and it's just the way I shuffle, I end up bang, bang, and it's very loud. So I'm going to try not to do that. But I I also have a kind of an unusual way of shuffling where, a lot of readers will pull your cards, and I don't do that. I basically let your cards come out because unless it's oracle cards I pull, but tarot, my relationship with tarot is pretty deep. And if I know that if I just, don't do it this way and let the universe show me what cards need to be read, I have a tendency to pull my own energy and get it intermingled with yours. And, we don't need that. So let's get cards out on the table. Cool. Wow. Okay. Interesting. There's your card right in the center, Libra. Queen of Swords. Air Queen. Right next to two important major arcanas. So we've got the Three of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands. Then we've got the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Wheel. So this is your energy. You're in a good spot. This is a love reading, so I want to make sure that there's going to be another energy here. And that other energy has some energy that I can see up here in the top row that we need to chat about. Okay, I can see how this is shaping up. Great. Okay, one more. Oh, good. All right. Slow movement, but movement. Okay, energies on the bottom of the deck, which are the things that are unconsciously going on, that are sort of the main themes here. So we've got a decision and at the Hanged Man. So there's a decision here. And we also got this too, this juggling. So yeah, we've got some decisions going on here. So in the energy, I just pulled your card right off the table, sorry. So in the energies that are the main energies of the reading, these energies over here, we've got one major arcana, that's the Hanged Man. So I think the important thing for you to know is that there's some stuck energy, but it's not stuck for any reason. It's stuck because you need to gain enlightenment. And you're trying hard, or your counterparty, or both of you are trying hard to understand what's going on in your relationship and try to understand some of the way forward. You can see the hieroglyphics here at the bottom, and she's trying to get enlightenment. So it's just sort of suspending yourself and not making this decision that needs to be made. You can see the Two of Wands here. It's a decision that needs to be made, right? There's two roads. This is the Crossroads card. And so you or your counterparty are sitting at the crossroads, not making a decision and sort of juggling the energy. And that can create stagnant energy. I mean, I think the Hangman's good, but I'm feeling some stagnancy here. So there's something that's not moving forward because of a lot of thinking and analyzing and sort of trying to balance. I think balance is what I'm seeing here. I think you're trying to balance your feelings. You're trying to get clear about it before you make any decisions to move forward, which is fine as long as you don't balance too long. But I have to be honest, your energy looks pretty good. So let's take a look at your counterparty up here. Your counterparty's got the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles is a card of cooperation, teamwork, wanting to build something, right? Wanting to build something with somebody, wanting to work with a team of people. Usually the team, honestly, in this card is not three. It's not, because you have a man and two women here and everybody's like, oh my gosh, third party. It could be third party. But there's a need to want to build something. And then we've got this Four of Cups, which is sort of a card of indifference, a card of not seeing something that's being offered to you that could help, and just sort of sitting in your kind of unawakened state, kind of an apathetic state. And I think this is your counterparty. And then the problem is that, they're in a Ten of Wands energy. They're like at this point where they've been trying to work on something They're tired of being where they are, but they're not seeing anything the universe is offering to them. And they're sort of done. They're right at the end here. You see this long hill, mountain that they've come down. So, and there's a lot of baggage with them. So they're dragging a lot of baggage with them, which can be the Ten of Wands. It's like, geez, let go of some of that stuff, right? And maybe this decision will be easier. So somebody is wanting a change, wanting to build, unable to make that happen, and really tired of the whole situation. And your energy, Libra, is really nice. I'm happy to report you've got the best energy ever. So you've got the Empress. So whatever's going on between you two, rather this was them rejecting your offer to build, and we'll find out when we use the Ritter-Waite to sort of clarify the cards. But whatever was going on, right, and whatever is going on in this hanged man state, you've now moved into Empress energy. Empress energy is when you're balanced, you're creating something, you're being guided by the moon, you're creating something. In the Empress energy, you are not striving, you're not trying to make something happen, you're creating something. You're in the feminine, the ultimate feminine energy of receiving. It's like you've said to yourself, whatever happens in this situation, I'm going to be loving and receptive, and that's all I can do, right? And so it's also abundant. I think you're creating. I think you've not only got a love situation going on, but I think you're embarking on something in your career, something that you've not done before, but there's something you're gestating. There's something you're creating. The Empress is the archetype of the feminine in the tarot. So she's what we call the divine feminine. It's all the queens. So here's you, the Swords Queen, which is air. She's all the queens, all four queens. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. You've embodied all of those queens. So you're in a really great place, and you're creating something in your life for you, and you're in a very receptive state. Although you're in a receptive state, in the middle of the reading, your queen energy is one of clarity, anticipation, discernment. You're waiting for something. You're in receiving mode, you're in Empress loving mode, but you're not going to take any shenanigans, okay? You've been hurt before. You've overcome it you're in Empress energy. You've overcome the hurt, and you are 100% going to receive information, but you've got your sword in your hand, and you're willing to listen, but you are going to use discernment, and you will decide what's right and fair and just for you, okay? That's all part of using your Queen of Swords energy, is the balance and fairness. And you've been enlightened. You're in your Empress energy, so you've been enlightened. You understand the situation. You have clarity, as much clarity as you can, and you're just sort of in anticipation. And the cool thing is, the thing that comes next that you're in anticipation is your destiny. Major change, the Wheel of Fortune, and it's upright, and it says that whatever is happening, it's in your favor. It is your destiny, and the divine is working to make it happen in your life. So you're in a fabulous place in September, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, now the relationships had some problems, and that's why I know why you're in that Queen of Swords energy, because we've got the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is what we call a deceptive energy. It's an energy of operating in the moonlight and undercover, and not being upfront, and not being honest. It's hiding something. It's trying to get away and hide and not reveal something. And here's Spirit through the bird talking, trying to let you know, trying to give you a warning sign that this was deceptive energy, wasn't good energy, and you need to use your Queen of Swords discernment when dealing with this person again, okay? It looks like they probably left you kind of high and dry is the feeling I'm getting. But you've done a fabulous job. It's not, what I like about this reading, Libra, is it's not telling me what happened between you. It's not focused on the past. It's focused on the future. Both you and your counterparty are moving forward. This is divine intervention in whatever this relationship is going to be. And there's, in their energy is the Page of Cups. So they know what they did was wrong. They know they handled it wrong. I don't think they're a bad person. I just think that they were unable to deal with the situation at the time. And I think they couldn't see. You can see that the divine is handing them a cup in this Four of Cups. You can see right here, this is the divine energy. This is a cup of love. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using one hand. And you're not seeing it. And I think this was probably them trying to be an Empress energy, trying to offer you something and was rejected. So they worked hard to get into Empress energy. I know it wasn't easy. I can tell because the Queen of Swords is here, and I can see it here. And so your counterparty knows that they love you. You can see that they want to tell you, but they're also a little bit afraid. They're very much afraid of your reaction. But this is an apology. It's not a grand gesture, that's for sure. It's a small gesture. They're still afraid. I think they're afraid of this relationship. They're afraid. Here's the decision of being in the Hanged Man, juggling, unable to come in and make this apology because they're really concerned about you accepting it and showing their heart to you. I think they've been hurt in the past. And so, I don't know what the past is between you, but the actions that they took were not cool, but they want to remedy it, Libra. They want to come in and talk to you, and you're prepared for it. You're in your Queen of Swords. You'll use discretion. You'll use your discernment is the better word. You'll use discernment in dealing with this love relationship, because anything that hurt you is probably pretty deep. This is really the only Cups card I see here. There's not a lot of love cards here. We're going to do some clarifying, right? But it seems to me that there's some issues that need to be worked out, and then we'll see where we are. You just need to go with the flow, but it is going to take strength. Getting back to your your 3 oracle cards, you need to be in flow, and you are. You are definitely in flow with the Empress here, and you're ready to go. But it's going to take strength. This encounter is going to take strength on both of your parts, and that's what this unexpected visitor is. This is an unexpected emotion that's coming up, and probably a communication from somebody that is very important to you. Their energy heading out is, though you're in the Wheel of Fortune, they're sort of in the Knight of Pentacles. So they are moving towards you, Libra. Whatever happened has been put behind them, and they are moving towards you. The problem is they've been in Hangman a long time, and they're just ruminating they're a person that goes slow. They look like they might have a lot of earth in their chart. And even though they're showing up as water, there's a lot of water here, a lot of emotion. I think they have a lot of earth in their chart, and they're actually, I think they've been pretty busy. I think they've been planting seeds along the way. So they probably had some rebuilding to do in their life while they were moving forward to you, and it slowed them down. But instead of communicating that to you, I think they sort of just didn't clarify what was going on, and sort of just made you feel like they were abandoning you, which is never good. Okay. All right. So what I'd like to do is to just, take a look. I'm not going to do a lot of clarifying because I can go on and on and on. I like to dig deep. I have a problem with that. And my readings get like 45 minutes long, and we don't want to do that. So let's just see if we can get one card to give us an idea of what this Three of Pentacles is. What was this? Oh, it was a Judgment. Okay, so this person has been working with the divine, okay, to make a decision. This is their energy. There's a decision, and you're waiting for it. You're a hangman. So this is an important decision. You're juggling while you're waiting for this decision. But it's an important decision, and it's a final judgment. You know, the Judgment card is about second chances. It's about revisiting something, hearing the call. It's a great card. It's a card of benevolence and right action. You've got the angel Gabriel trying to heal this relationship. You see the flag with the cross, and they're communicating with both of you, and they're actually rising you from these coffins, which is a regeneration. It's a renewal. It's a second chance, if you will. And so they're trying very hard to, they're working with both of you to bring this to conclusion and to see if you guys can work together. And, you know, it looks like your person just didn't see it. You know, they're in the Four of Cups. And so you were working with the divine to try to bring this together, and I think that your partner fell short in this working with you and the divine to make this judgment. Yeah. So your partner was not seeing this, you know, divine intervention, and it ended up creating a tower for them. So whatever you and the divine did, because I think that you were awakened first. This is, like I said, this is a divine feminine. So this is a divine relationship, okay? We've got spirit here, and we've got, you trying to access spirit to help you make a decision. So there's a lot of the divine interceding here in this relationship. And so they helped you with this, whatever it was that you were trying to do with this person, the offer, whatever it was. They didn't cooperate, okay? Because whatever that information was, it rocked their world, okay? The communication, the call to second chance has rocked their world. It has broken down some sort of false tower that they had constructed in their life. Some sort of something that they thought was solid was just broken apart for them. And that forced them into the hermit mode, which is, these are both major, all three of these cards are major arcana cards. And I think I talked a little bit about major arcana. If I didn't, let me repeat it or tell you now. The major arcana cards, there's 22 of them. These are the main energies of our lives. These are the steps on the hero's journey. And that is the journey we all take in this life. And we all go through these major arcana cards in our life. And you're at an important crossroads. That crossroads card didn't come up for no reason. You are at a crossroads with this person. This is a tower moment. This is changing everything. And it is no joke. And the tower is not usually a change that is created or brought on by the person experiencing it. It's usually the divine. And we can see it's the divine with the horn creating this tower. So what it did is it forced your person into the hermit mode. The hermit mode can be a lot of things, but it's going internally, trying to find your internal compass star here, trying to find out the right way to go. It's using very good judgment, if you ask me, to go internally and not react, but to understand what's happening in your life and to understand what you need to do next and seek guidance and seek wisdom. I always love the Hermit card. And I feel really good about this counterparty of yours having that reaction. So you're kind of in the hangman trying to get clarity. You're in a pause and he's internally in a pause. So there's a lot of pausing going on. Okay, so your person wants to end this cycle. This is the World card. They're kind of done with this. They're done with whatever was burden happened because of this. They want to end that cycle with you. They want to, and I'm not talking about end the relationship. I think that already happened. I think they want to end this cycle of pain, and it's a burden on them, and they want to end this cycle. Hey Libra, sorry, I interrupted, your video got interrupted. I finished your reading, and then I noticed that my video wasn't recording. And I looked at it and it said out of memory. So that was really odd. I think it was just a malfunction. It was very strange. So I was going to scrap and start over, but I thought, no. This was meant to be. Just because I had a little bit of a malfunction, I thought, I'm just going to carry on. I just put the cards that I pulled, because I finished the reading. It was great. I was already at like your last oracle card. So I'm gonna redo some of the other cards that I pulled, and hope the same energies come out. But on the tarot, I just thought I'm gonna stay the same. Anyway, I'll carry on. I'll splice it together. So I think we left off where I was describing that he wanted to end, or your counterparty wanted to end this cycle. Whatever cycle you guys were going through, whatever problem that caused the tower and the judgment and all this contemplation and pain. And then we pulled the Wheel of Fortune for your counterparty, which is so fabulous, because the Wheel of Fortune, this is the same card as you have in your energy. It's just different decks, because I'm using a different deck to clarify. So your counterparty has the Wheel of Fortune. So this is definitely, I've got dual wheels. This is definitely a destined encounter. And it's a divine partnership, I can tell. So I already went through some of the other cards, so I know. But this is really important to know that whatever they've been going through, it's going to change. And their energy is going to lighten, and they're going to be in the same boat. They're going to end up their energy in exactly the same energy as you. And that's looking towards the future, knowing it's destined, and letting divine timing take its place. So we got over to your energy, and I pulled your cards, and I got two cards. I talked to you already about the Empress. Beautiful energy. This is where you are. But the energy behind this that helps me understand how you got there was exactly the same way your person got to their ending. You have the Ten of Wands. Now the Ten of Wands is just a burden. It's like you're struggling and struggling to move something forward. Very masculine energy, sort of like pushing forward. And I think you realized that you needed to just let your masculine energy stop and to move into your feminine energy, which is the Empress, which is to just be abundant, to take care of the things that need to be taken care of in your own world, and be ready to receive if this person or someone else comes into your life, right? So you drop the burden and the block. You were blocked because before you achieved the Empress energy, you were having a hard time. You couldn't, your emotions were all over the place, and you were sort of unclear and hurt. And so what happened here is so the water in the tarot, if I didn't mention it, the water in the tarot represents your emotion and the unconscious, emotions and unconscious. So you've stepped out of the water. You're up on the solid, firm ground. So you grounded yourself, and you decided to stop trying to figure out with your eyes. You covered your eyes so that you could use your third eye. So you're psychic, Libra. And you were using your intuition. People don't usually use their intuition to guide them, and not their sight, unless they have a lot of trust in their intuition. And I think maybe part of what you went through, this card's telling me, is that your intuition was, you started to doubt yourself because you felt like your intuition deceived you, because you didn't see this coming. You thought this person was your divine partner, and you didn't see them reacting the way they did. And so I think that was the biggest burden for you, was to come to grips with your intuition. So you knew that it had damaged your ability to navigate yourself and to trust yourself to navigate yourself. So you stepped out of your emotion, got very grounded, and said, no, I'm going to continue to focus on my intuition. I'm going to block my heart from any more pain, and I am going to focus on understand. So you went on a little bit of a not a little bit, you went on a spiritual journey, just like this person probably did. And because this is you getting enlightenment. And you used the moon energy and your own intuition, but to achieve Empress status, to get yourself in the Empress status. And then in the middle here is Libra, this is your queen, this is the air queen, air sign queen, right? And we know that you're looking at this in discernment and you're ready to make a decision. You're not emotional about it anymore. You're very clear-headed about it. You've got your sword so that if whoever approaches you doesn't come right, doesn't come correct, doesn't come in honesty and tries to play you. So your heart's right here in this cage. You're done. You're done. Your intellect, all intellect now. Now, why your heart's in this cage and why you're using only intellect to interact is because this situation did hurt you pretty badly, and I'll explain why. Okay, these are the cards that I shuffled and pulled out. So you rushed in very passionately to this person after some time. Believe you've known each other for quite some time. There's history here, and there were things that were left unsaid. And so you felt that your truth, this is the sword of truth. This is the sword you carry, Queen of Swords. This is a new sort of opportunity. You were trying to generate a new opportunity for truth between you. Because I think you've gone a lot of time feeling that you were never really truthful. So you decided to do this. You were extremely passionate. You charged right in. You delivered your truth. And you were faced with a lack of cooperation. This person didn't cooperate with you. They went into their tower, they went into their hermit, and left you sort of just standing there with your truth and no interaction. And it broke your heart. I mean, it's plain and simple. I knew that there was something that happened here because you being in this hanged man and because of the energies down here, I knew. So this was not a simple, hey, interaction with this counterparty. This was a destined interaction. Destiny. So you need to realize that, and I know you realize that because you're in Empress energy now. So I know you know this was a destined encounter. It looks like it might have been a third-party situation. But whatever happened, and they're not going to tell us, they're not going to go into it. All they're going to tell us is that your person didn't cooperate with you. They went in and they withdrew their energy after you communicated your truth. They withdrew their energy, and that was not something you anticipated, and it broke your heart in a very deep way, okay? But you used your strength. You're strong, Libra. You are a person of integrity. You're a person of very developed skills in terms of your intuition, your relationship with spirit. You knew that you could not let this, you knew that it was very impactful, but you understood you were having a very outsized reaction for what happened. And it speaks to old wounds and past life wounds with this person, okay? So you knew it, and you went into Empress, you got your queen to get clear, and you used your strength. And the strength card is, the lion represents your inner urges and something that is basically can eat you alive. But you see how you've tamed it? You've controlled it. You use the strength in your soul to control this pain and to move yourself out of that blocked heart chakra that you were in because your heart was broken. You block your heart. You moved out of that into Empress, which is receiving love, receiving the bounty of the universe. You did some serious work here, Libra, and I'm very proud of you. It was not easy. And now you have the destiny card. Now Divine is moving you forward and moving you to your destiny. And you can see that it's going to be great. So you're both moving towards your destiny. You were basically destined for this to happen, for you to move forward, okay? So then when we came down to the relationship, basically what happened, and we knew that there was something that happened under the moon energy, that there was probably some things that were hidden from you, and this person didn't really tell you anything. They just sort of adiosed it out of there, and which was supposed to be a red warning. Spirit was telling you as a red flag. So Spirit's trying to warn you to be careful, but you didn't listen. And this person hurt you, broke your heart. And I believe, looking at this, that it was just self-sabotage. This card always reminds me of self-sabotage. When we run away from things and we don't face them, we're sabotaging our own self and our own happiness. It's always that way. It's never really going to hurt the other person as much as it's going to hurt you by not facing, you know. And so the first card that came when I shuffled was the moon. And that's exactly what we needed to see, because I said you were operating in the dark. You were not communicating. You were afraid to communicate, and you were afraid of this whatever came to you. You saw this as a treacherous journey for you, and it's probably based on old wounds. And like I said, the moon is, you either have secrets, you probably have things you don't want this person to know. I think as I went through the cards, I think I've identified that later in the reading. And you ran, rather than go through this long, treacherous journey that you didn't know what was on the other side. You're so afraid of what's on the other side of having this talk, which is this moon journey. But you can see here that the scorpion is coming out of the water, right? And that means that it's the sign of Scorpio. So this is your transformation, Scorpio, not Scorpio. Libra, this is your counterparty's transformation. They come out of their emotion and they start that journey on land to get grounded, go through whatever they need to go through to get to the sun on the other side. And then darn it, if the next card I pulled wasn't the sun. I wish this would have been on camera. I was like, you should have seen my reaction. I was like, oh my God, the sun. Because the sun is happiness. You can see the sun is illuminating whatever was not seen and done under moonlight is going to come out. It's going to be illuminated. You're going to understand it, and you're going to be happy, and your person's going to be happy. And the sun symbolizes growth. It symbolizes just pure happiness. It's my favorite card in the deck. And these sunflowers here represent growth and the Empress, the feminine energy, right? And then we've got this child naked on a white horse, an innocent horse, and the child is naked, which represents no lies, no secrets. I'm fully transparent, and their arms are open wide. I accept whatever is going on. It's a wonderful card. Okay, so that made me happy. So then we got to the card of the Page of Cups, and of course, it was clarified by the ending that they want to apologize for, which was very, very painful for you. So my instincts were right. What broke your heart was them going into seclusion and not even responding to your overture of truth. And I think you probably expressed some pretty deep feelings. It took a lot of strength. We saw the strength card here. It took a lot of strength, not only for you to get over the broken heart, but for you to do to express your truth. That was what they're afraid of. they're afraid of doing it, but you, Libra, you found the courage, and they know that now. They've been through their journey of the dark soul. They've been enlightened and illuminated to what was going on here. They do want to give you their heart, but they're afraid. See how they're in their emotion, and the emotions are getting kind of rocky. Here, it's all smooth, and then when they think about giving and sharing with you, things start to get bustled up again, and their heart chakra is like opening, and they want to share. They want to tell you how they feel, and they want to take this ending, this painful ending that they created and caused you a broken heart, and they want to try to undo that damage. They want to pull these swords out and they want to make amends. And you need to listen to them, and you will, because you're in the Queen energy. You're in the energy of, okay, in the Ritter Waite, the Queen is going like this, like she's got her sword up in this hand, and she's calling you in. And if you aren't honest, and she sees that you're just a player, she'll cut you out like that. Okay? I'm talking to the counterparty. So you will cut them out like that, okay? And you'll do it because it's to save yourself. Because you can't allow them to hurt. You're going to give them the chance. You're going to listen to them. But you will, if you sense at all that they haven't done the work, though I see they've done the work, but if you were to sense, let's say they didn't come correct, and even though they were illuminated, and they didn't tell you that, they just still came in that same old energy of hiding things and trying to be deceitful. They're gone. You're cut. Boom, bam, bing, bam, boom. They won't. They're going to try to apologize. But I just want you to know you're right to use discernment. When someone hurts you that bad, you listen to them, and you deeply love this person, or you wouldn't be hurt that bad. And you have to listen to people that you love. So remember, we had the Knight of Pentacles, which I said is your counterparty now, finally moving towards you to give you this apology. But they're taking. They're not even on their horse. They're like meandering, dropping seeds here, doing this there. They're taking way too long, and they know it. They know it took them a long time to have this enlightenment, and they know that. And because of that, they are really, let me get the cards in the way they came out, make it easier for you. Okay, so what came out was the Knight of Swords, which is fast communication. Now they want to charge in, because it's like ding, ding, ding. I've taken a really long time. Oh my God, my Libra may have somebody else, and I might have to fight off competition. Okay, so now they know, and they also were struggling inside themselves to get going. So now they want to come in really quick and communicate to you their truth. But the reason they're afraid, the reason why, besides the competition, why they have this inner struggle and why they have also been meandering, is they're afraid you're going to resist them. They're afraid you're going to say, you're going to be defensive. And they don't want to deal with it. They're afraid to. They're afraid it'll hurt them. But this is you, and this is what you represent to them. You represent the deep soulmate. This is that divine partnership I was telling you about. With the Empress here, the fact that the Emperor's not here is shocking. I thought the Emperor came out. Maybe he comes out later. No, he didn't come out. So this is what you represent, 6 of Cups. 6 is making amends with somebody that you love very much and who you have a long history with. You've known this person since you were young, but you probably had you probably had an encounter. It's your flame, your twin flame, or your divine partner. You had an encounter younger in life, and you went your separate ways, and then when you came back together, now things didn't go well, but they didn't know who you were. Now they know who you are. This is the most important thing. They know who you are, and you mean a lot to them, and they want to communicate. So that's the story. That's basically where you're at. This is what you're in a really good place, Libra. You are, you used your magic stream. You stayed in the flow. Basically, this is the Strength card. Remember I said you had to use Strength? This is the Strength card in the Oracle. Look at how strong you are and how you're holding up. You're doing a lot. You're striving and you're balancing all this. You're strong. You've balanced it all because you are the Empress. Here's your creation with a new life here. And you're balancing that and you're striving in the world. you just rock. That's all I'm going to say. And now you have some unexpected visitors, meaning you're going to have to deal with your divine partner coming back and apologizing and trying to set the record straight. And I can't tell you what's going to happen after that. I really don't know. But what I did do is I went to the Yin Yang Oracle and I pulled a couple of energies to kind of figure out where your person is and when can we expect this to happen? What is it? What kind of energies are they going through? And I got some great cards, but I decided not to leave those cards. I decided to shuffle them back in and to do this live on camera with you because, okay, family, home, commitment. Thoughts, isolating. Okay, so they probably have some obligations either in their immediate family at home with their parents and siblings, or they may have a family. I see little shoes here. They might have a family. I don't know. I didn't see the marriage card, but maybe they're already separated from their family, but they do have some obligation. But they've isolated themselves from their family, which could be people who disapprove of whatever they want to do. And they've isolated so that they can think about this. And here we go. Winter, rebirth. They may reach out to you in September, but you will not have a rebirth and a full union until winter, which is right around the corner. So that gives you a couple of months to kind of just kind of understand where you are, right? And know that you might have some time. Yeah, because I think that this person is going to have some unexpected storm when they make this decision. So there's going to be somebody in their life, but they've activated their higher self. So they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. But I think whoever this family is, whether it be, brothers, sisters, mother, father, or even spouse, ex-spouse, whatever, because I don't think there's a marriage breakup on you. It's not anything to do with this relationship. If there was a marriage, it's broken up before this. And it's nothing to do with what's happening with you and this person. Although they could be influencing because this person has had to isolate. And like I said, there's going to be a rebirth, but there's a storm before that. And I think it's unexpected storm, and it has to do with these people who are opposing. But your counterparty is already in touch. They already know what they want and who they are and who you are. So they're operating from their higher self. So the storm is there, but it's not going to change anything that they want to do. It's just unexpected, something they have to deal with, right? And it could be a multitude of things. It could be money. We talked about that, didn't we? Did we talk about money? Yeah, I think that there was, when I pulled these cards prior, it came out, instead of family, it came out money problems. And that's why I keep talking about money. I'm like, why am I talking about money? I gotta be careful. But I decided to put those back, so I'm gonna pull one more. But yeah, there were some money problems that were delaying you. And that could still be what this unexpected storm is. And we're just not, okay, this is the exact same card that I ended with. Thank you, Spirit. They will operate from their higher self, and you are going to have reunion because there's a soul tie here. So if this is your story, you know exactly who I'm talking about, and you are getting some pretty important information here. So I'm going to just pull a couple of, just because that storm warning is there. I just want to hear if we can get some messages from your person to you, Libra. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So they're saying, I think when they split from you, they're saying they just got caught up in the moment. Meaning they were the whole thing, they just were caught up in their own, how it impacted them. This is the third recording because somebody called me. I forgot to put airplane on. Wow, that's weird. So anyway, so I just got caught up in the moment. I needed to go my own way for a while. I'm just really bad at commitment. probably had a prior relationship go bad, but you are never far from my mind. And then the last one is, I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. I got to do this last one. I miss the feel of you next to me. So they miss you. There's nostalgia there. But they've got stuff to take care of. That's probably why we're going to see a more of a winter time where you'll probably get a face-to-face talk. But I think there'll be some written communication or maybe a telephone call in September. That's my feeling. It's one of those situations, but I've got to splice all these videos together so I can get this to you. So yeah, it's going to be in September. Let me just get you a couple of romance angels just to close out the reading, okay? God, I can't believe this. This is the weirdest reading. Okay. Spirit, can we get a couple of romance angels for Libra so that they have some guidance? Okay. The guidance is passion. Allow your heart and your soul to sing with joy. You have an extremely passionate relationship with this person, which is probably why you were so heartbroken. Yes, calling in your soulmate. Yeah, your prayers and affirmations and visibility and visualizations help bring you together. You need to call the soulmate in and, you know, just work with spirit and it'll be fine. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. So there's something else that we don't see that they're telling us here. There was an addiction to something. Could have been. It can be anything. It can be alcohol. It can be another person. It can be, food, sex. There's a lot of things, but something this person had to clean up. They had to, and they're going to tell you about it, but they had to clean it up before they could come in, okay? And the last card here on the bottom, divine timing is at work in your love life. We see that with the two wheels, and it's worth waiting for, okay, Libra? So that's your message. I apologize for the way this is going to be sliced together, but I wanted you to get the whole reading, and there was a lot of something trying to not give you this reading, and I wanted you to have it, and so we're going to fight through it, and it'll be jumbly, but it will be yours, okay? So I'll talk to you next month. Love and light, and good job, Libra. Good job. Bye-bye.